Welcome to your weekly astrology forecast from Astrology Motivation. In this video, I'm going to go over the major transits and aspects that are going to be creating the energy that's going to be impacting you all this week. I'm going to break it down, explain it a little bit, but especially explain how it's going to feel and how it's going to affect you. Please feel free to leave comments below because I would love to know how it is actually impacting you. For those of you who do not know, welcome to the channel. My name is Michelle, and this is the second of my two YouTube channels. My premier YouTube channel is Born Without Boundaries Tarot, which I encourage you to go find because there you'll find weekly zodiac sign specific messages. We have some goodies here. This is where I do the daily tarot card readings, which is a live interactive chat daily tarot card reading. And then this is the weekly astrology forecast. I can't say that, okay, so let's put it, the big event this week is going to be the new moon in Capricorn. And the reason why this new moon is special is because there is a superstellium. There's a superstellium in Capricorn when it's happening. I'm not even sure that that's a technical term astrologically, but there's so many planets. There's so much energy jam-packed into Capricorn. And I want to talk a little bit about, since it's already started to happen, I want to talk a little bit about how that's going to basically impact us in general. Capricorn is the house of the world. It's the house of reality. It's the house of 3 dimensions and 5 senses. It's the house of restrictions. It's the house of rules, regulations, laws. It's the house of building and constructing, getting things done in the real world. But it also says, you know, it's the house of manifestation. It's the house of, if you've worked hard, being able to see your dreams come into reality. It's the house of that rewards hard work and demonstrates just how far hard work can get you. This would be where your career is impacted. This would be where your vocation is impacted or your job is impacted. It could be in some ways where your salary is impacted if it's directly impacted in terms of your job or your vocation. So a lot of what's happening this week is going not necessarily to be playing out in that area of your life, because I don't know which house this is all playing out and I don't know which house Capricorn rules. But I'm going to straight out say, if you guys are really into astrology, then go and check your natal chart and make sure that you have your full natal chart and you are able to put in your birthplace and time, not just the date, because then you'll see where the houses land. And the houses are going to tell you if there's any of your houses that are in Capricorn. This is the area of your life where all of this energy is really going to play out. So check out which house, if any, Capricorn rules. And that's the stage where all of this energy is really going to be centered. Capricorn is a no-nonsense kind of energy. It is really serious and mature. It's getting down to business. It's leaving all the superfluous, childish crap behind. It doesn't even think about, oh, is this fair? Was somebody nice to me? Capricorn doesn't give a shit. Capricorn energy is, I don't care if it's fair. I don't care if it's nice. I do care if it's right or it's wrong. In fact, it could be very draconian in that sense, in that if it's right, and I'm going to say it blunt. If it's wrong, and I'm going to cut it out. I'm not worried or concerned about people's feelings now. I'm worried and concerned about getting shit done and being effective and being efficient. And this kind of energy is where Venus is right now. And Venus rules what? Value, our value systems, what we desire, what really is valuable to us. Now that could be money. That could be how we make money. It could be our relationships. It could be what we're attracted to. So right now there is a no-nonsense quality about that Venus, those Venus topics, right? That sense of, I'm taking my relationship seriously. I want to look at it. Should I look at it long-term? Any relationships or people that you meet, that, let's put it this way, any relationships that begin around this time are not going to be the whisk me away kind of romantic ones. They're going to be the ones that look at long term. Like, can we really make this work realistically? Do we have the same ethics? Do we have the same morals? Do we want the same amount of kids? Do we have the same religion? Do we have the same goals? Are we both financially secure? It's those kind of discussions that are going to be on the table when it comes to relationships right now. It's not about lovey-dovey, kissy-kissy, do you make me feel good? It's about, are we actually functional, and can we make this work? Mercury is also in Capricorn right now. It's a no-nonsense kind of energy. It is get down to business. It's giving talks in business to hopefully generate some sort of sales. It's like you want to see productivity in how you communicate, in who you're communicating with. So you may not be calling all the besties right now. You may not be organizing parties, unless, of course, there's some strategy behind the parties. We're going to hobnob. We're going to get to know people. We're going to network. This is a wonderful time to network for business. Absolutely. Don't expect a lot of sympathy. Don't expect a lot of sweetness. Don't expect a lot of tenderness or gentleness or poetry. Mercury in Capricorn is anything but poetic. It is blunt. It's straightforward. It's let's get down to business. That's what it's about. And you know what? It is extremely effective. Now, the fact that Mercury and Venus are in a loose conjunction in Capricorn are saying that we could be very effective if we're networking for business right now. We could be very, very efficient if we're given the opportunity to present a business presentation or present ourselves in terms of job applications. Like, all of those things or on the total, all of those things will be extremely efficient about, or we're going to be very effective when talking in our personal relationships and our intimate relationships. Because intimate relationships don't stop being intimate because all these planets are in Capricorn, right? But there is a sense of, we're going to be talking to our intimate partner that way. We're going to be having more serious conversations with them, more mature conversations, more, how do we make this actually work? And how do we actually build this? And how do we actually get things done? And because there's such a concentration of energy in Capricorn, there is a sense of really liking the vibe of that right now. So the mentality that we may see for the next week is the mentality of get things done. And we may really like that and be attracted to that and value that, not just in people we're sexually attracted to, but in people who are no nonsense, who are, that I don't care what kind of relationships we have, our friends, our business relationships. Like, the no nonsense energy is going to be the pervasive energy. It's going to be the overarching energy, and it's going to be the most respected energy right now. It's going to be the most attractive and effective energy right now. Pluto has been in Capricorn for a couple of years now. It is going to be moving out of Capricorn. But essentially, that's going to be a huge shift. It's going to be a generational shift, and we're all going to feel the thud. But that's not happening this week. For right now, Pluto is still very much in Capricorn, and the fact that all these other planets, including the sun and the moon, soon this week, because the sun this week transits in from Sagittarius, where it's lighthearted, it's fun, it's playful, it's judgmental, it's spontaneous, it's curious, it wonders, it wanders, it wants to explore. And now it's done. It's moving into Capricorn to say, okay, our purpose in life now is to take all that we've learned and do something with it. And let me tell you something. This is a wonderful time. This is a wonderful time to do something with all that you've earned. It's great. And the moon, of course, moves in. I say, of course, because it happens every time the sun transits into a new sign. The moon is there to be the new moon. So we're going to have, I think it's the 23rd that this new moon happens. Now, up until this new moon, there's a lot of contention there, because I think Chiron is squaring Venus and Neptune is squaring, Jupiter. Jupiter is squaring this new moon. So essentially, this is how I feel the feeling of it is going to go up until this new moon, because Jupiter is going to be squaring the sun. Jupiter is still squaring the sun right now. Jupiter is going to be squaring this new moon that happens, so it's going to be squaring the sun and the moon. And then we also have Chiron squaring Venus. So it's almost a sense of, we're going to feel like we are not doing well enough, like we are not valued, like our value as a person, as an entity to get things done, we're not doing good enough because we're not growing fast enough, and because we have to do things that we don't want to do, because there is this telltale semi-square between Jupiter and Uranus that is saying, yeah, we don't like the changes we're being asked to make. We feel like we're being forced. This is happening too quick and it's happening too soon, and we don't feel like we're good enough. We don't feel like we're efficient enough. So the universe is really asking us this week, have faith. Have faith in yourself, because this is actually what success feels like. It doesn't feel like the accolades. It doesn't feel like the awards. It doesn't feel like this rush of energy and satisfaction when everybody's adoring you. Success really feels like faith. Like you're afraid a lot. You're afraid that you're not doing well enough. You don't know the direction forward, and you have to shoot in the dark sometimes. And it feels like it doesn't feel like the fairy tale story. It doesn't feel like the 2-hour summarized true Hollywood story. No, it feels like the hard work. It feels like the fear that you have to face every day. It feels like the not knowing. It feels like having to be ingenuitive and not knowing if it's good enough. That's what success actually feels like. That's not the outcome of success, but it's how you know you're doing something successful. It's how you know that you're building something that you care enough about to worry about. So expect that, especially leading up to the new moon. Now, the day after the new moon on December 24th, this is Christmas Eve, and I've been predicting this for a while. This is going to be a happy Christmas Eve. So there is some good news or like positive reaction coming in that sort of relieves us. Or we finally got something done. We finally got a big project in, and we're finally done with it, and we finally don't have to worry about it anymore. We can lay everything down and just maybe enjoy a really quiet evening. There is a relief. There is a lightening to the energy around the new moon. And it's something that I think we all will be able to enjoy. But because of all this energy in Capricorn, it's directly related to how hard we've worked. How far we've come. Maybe for the first time in a long time, being able to sit down and say, yes, holy shit, I have worked hard. I have come very far. And that this could be also happening on the outside of you too. Like finally being respected, finally being given the pat on the back or the opportunity that you wanted. So we could get some really beautiful Christmas gifts, but the Christmas gifts with all this energy and Now, let's go back. Christmas is always Christmas, and I don't say this because this is a Christian reading, but it is because it is a holiday that is very celebrated all throughout the world. In fact, I know many people who are not even Christian that celebrate Christmas anyway, because there's just cultural connections to the holiday. So however you're celebrating, whether you're celebrating Christmas or you're just celebrating just time with your family. The 24th and the 25th are, especially in the States, but in a lot of places in the world, are special days of reflection and ease and hopefully enjoyment. So, what did I want to say? Christmas is always in Capricorn, always. I think a lot of people think, oh, Christmas is a Sagittarius season. No, usually what's the Sagittarius season holiday is Thanksgiving, if you're in the States. Hanukkah happens in Sagittarius season, almost always. I'm not sure when Kwanzaa begins, because I think like Hanukkah, it's not a set date, but I could be wrong. But Christmas always happens in Capricorn. So what does that mean? It means that you take what you've built, you take what you have, and the real celebration of Christmas is being able to share what you've worked for, being able to share your abundance, being able to open up that sack and deliver it and turn what you've built into something that makes other people happy. So the secret to success this year, because so in other words, the sun is always in Capricorn when Christmas comes. But Pluto is not always in Capricorn when Christmas comes. Venus is not always in Capricorn when Christmas comes. Mercury is not always in Capricorn when Christmas comes. And I think it's very rare that all of them are there together when Christmas comes. So the energy of Capricorn is really something we have to focus on and pay attention to around the 24th and 25th, because it is the secret to success in celebrating this year. It's the secret to success in feeling happy this year, in feeling valuable this year. And what is that? Is like, get the work done, get it in, let yourself feel good that you've actually been effective and efficient and gotten things done. Have those conversations that are more difficult to have, but they're serious and they're important and they need to get done. If you've gotten those things done, you will have a very merry holiday season, because you'll have honored the energy that's all around you. And then to give gifts. Now, we can get extra bougie when it comes to Capricorn energy. Extra bougie. So watch your banking account, because Venus in Capricorn, the one irresponsible thing is she likes to spend a lot of money. She doesn't like to spend it on a lot of things. She's very attracted to high ticket price items. You know, so this would be the Christmas that you might be tempted to buy somebody that $15,000 Louis Vuitton purse, instead of just getting them a bunch of little things for $100 that they love. You know what I'm saying? It's like, watch that, because does that person even really value that high ticket item? Do they really care? It's going to be a little bit of a challenge this Christmas season, but unless you've already spent your money. But honestly, it is about being able to share and express what you've built, what you've created, what you've worked really hard for. And Saturn can be the most, and if you're an astrologer, please do argue with me. I'd love this astrological debate. But I think Saturn is the most rewarding planet in the zodiac. Except he does it very rarely. He does not reward things very often. Jupiter's just handing out abundance, you know, but Saturn doesn't reward shit. It doesn't let you reward yourself or anybody else unless you have seen how difficult something has been for somebody. And bam, they resisted it. They persevered. They didn't just persevere, they did it right. They did it respectfully. They were responsible. They followed the rules. They did it the quote unquote Saturnian way. And if this is true, my friends, I am telling you right now, there is huge rewards for those who have busted their butt and basically worked their way through basic training. Because that's what I always equate Saturn to, is the drill sergeant or the tough love dad, right? I'm being rough on you because I believe in you, right? And even in some ways, the meta consciousness might need to remember that, that it's not coddling somebody that tells them that you love them. It's not the sympathetic, cooing over somebody that tells you that you love them. But another expression of love and connection is, hey, I have faith in you. I believe that you can survive this. I know you can handle this. I know you've got this. And I know that it's going to be rough for you, but because I have faith in you, I'm not going to sit there and help you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to know that you've got this. You've got this, and even though it's going to be tough, and even though you're going to struggle, the bottom line is you can do it. You can do it, and you'll be better for it. And that's the biggest Christmas gift I think we're all going to get this year, is that reminder of you actually can do it, and you actually are worth it, and you actually are successful. And I don't know how big the expression is going to be in your life, and what what events are going to play out specifically for you. Please share below. I would love to know. But I honestly can tell you, that is the way to express love right now. That is the way to show love right now, is to say, you know what, I'm not gonna help you out. You don't need it. You don't need it. I'm going to help you. I don't want to say don't gift people. That's not what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say that this is the tough love season. This is the season where we know people can do it. We know we can do it. And I do think that that's going to be one of the Christmas gifts a lot of people get, is that their hard work has paid off. And that's going to be something really, really special to look forward to. And for those people who have not worked hard enough, they're going to be clipped in the ass. They're going to be in a position where they're going to be like, what the fuck? And remember, you could have worked really, really hard and still not done things correctly. And that's the trick with Saturn that a lot of people can't stand, and I get it, is this sense of, but I did work hard, but did you work by the rules? Did you play by the rules? Did you deliver on time? Did you get things in when you said you were going to get things in? Did you take it seriously the way that you should have? Did you communicate effectively and efficiently? And if we didn't, then the lesson to be learned is how to do it better and how to be more professional next time around. I think professionalism is the key to success right now. And the more professional you are, I think the more you're going to stand out. So if you know that you are good at something and you know that you're effective at something, be professional about it so that other people will respond to what you know about yourself. And if you're struggling to know those things about yourself, and you're struggling with valuing those aspects of yourself, then look to the rules that have been set, and look to the strategies that have been set, or the what do I want to say, the examples that have been set, and follow them faithfully, and they will actually get you to a place where people notice and validate your hard work. I love you guys. Merry, Merry Christmas to you all. Please leave your comments below so that I know how all of this energy is playing out in your life. And I will see you in the videos. Bye, guys.